Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willowvine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. So like the videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. The main energy that I heard so far was I don't want to get involved, or I didn't want to get involved. And I was like, well, what is that about? And it felt like I just didn't want to get involved, like with you or with someone. Like I don't want to be in so and so's energy, that kind of thing. So if I'm talking to another reader, some of you might have declined doing a reading for someone because it's like, I don't want to dive into so and so, don't want to deal with their energy. But regardless of readings and stuff, it can also pertain to, just dealing with other people, because their energy and their life can affect ours. And I kind of feel like I just don't want to get involved. So I don't know who that is or what that's about, but I did see tornado warning. I'm getting dizzy all of a sudden. Spirits here, just saying, they're coming in. I don't want to get involved. So we'll see where that goes, because maybe somebody's changing their mind, or someone in the collective had a question about as to why someone didn't want to deal with them, or what happened. Somebody just didn't want to get involved. And it could be within a situation, romantically. I don't have much clarity beyond that right now. I'm just winging stuff. Holy crap. Cavern of Secrets. I wasn't even shuffling this deck, but it flew off, so we'll read it. Unveil the hidden wonders within the shadowy depths of enigmatic secrets and concealed wisdom. Cavern of Secrets. Yeah, somebody might have a question as to where someone went, why they're not in their world. Like, what happened here? There's a secret here. Someone's keeping this to themselves, basically. So, let's get more on this. Well, first aid one to make itself known. I just heard I don't want to be around for this. I just don't want to be around for this. Is somebody going through the healing process? Or were you at said time and somebody just didn't want to deal with it, be around you because of, the chaos potentially? I don't want to get involved. There's something to do with health issues too. I don't know if you have health issues or if this person does. Okay, I don't want to get involved. Health issues. It's making me feel like this just doesn't feel like healthy energy. It doesn't feel like a healthy situation. So I'm going to back away from it. Some of you could have done that, backed away from a person or situation because it just didn't, you weren't vibing with it. Like, okay, this seems like bad news bears to me. So I'm out. Someone might have health issues in this situation as well. I don't know if it's mental health or what, but the letters A and V are standing out to me right now, but it could be VA as well, no matter what that means to you, abbreviation, initials, what have you. Calm amid chaos. Well, you've kept your composure throughout whatever this is, so that's good. It just feels like there's this chaotic, crazy, wild energy floating around somebody, or there was at this time, depending on when this happened, with whatever was going on. And it feels like someone was like right in the middle of it. Even if you weren't the problem, you weren't contributing to the problem, there was just that energy surrounding the situation. And it's like, I want to back away. Yeah, somebody backed away because they felt like something was going to be too problematic, basically. So I don't know what your situation was or is, but somebody wasn't ready to deal with any of that, or they just didn't want to, you know what I mean? I don't know what the secret's about. I keep staring at that, like, why? I'm staring at the word secrets, and I'm looking at in need of help. So there might be somebody who is keeping problems to themselves. Like, they don't want anyone to know what's going on. That was a cool orb. Hopefully it shows up on camera. They don't want anyone to know what's going on with them. I'm just seeing like everything swirl around this person, like they're just sitting there, standing there, whatever, and like still, and everything's just like the eye of the storm, you know, like being right in the middle where everything is calm. Because if you think about a storm cell like that, like tornadoes and whatever, in the middle of the eye, everything's dead quiet. But that's being smack dab right in the center of everything. So it's a problem all the way around. Like, you have nowhere to turn, so you just stand still in the stillness. But that storm's gonna move through or dissipate, just depends. But that's what I'm picturing. It's like that, like eerie quiet. Something's coming. Way more on this calm and chaos. This isn't anything that you can't handle. It just feels like, I don't know, I feel like there's just problems swirling around somebody. Well, we have boundaries, memories, and rejection. Drawing the line. There's reminiscent energy here with dismissed. I feel like a lot of you have drawn the line in the sand with another person, probably many people, but if there's any like memories floating around in your head, like, oh, remember the time between me and so or this situation or whatever, you're dismissing it. Like, yeah, I remember, but I'm not going to focus on it. I don't care. Because I kind of feel like that could be part of the chaos, is all these memories or people wanting to remind you of this, that, and the other, and you're just like, okay, yeah, history's history, that happened, kind of thing. Yay, it's gone, it's done, you know? I just don't feel very worried about this. I don't really feel like you should be worried either. It's just coming up as confirmation, apparently. It's like these memories, distractions, distracted. I kind of feel like there is someone in this energy who is distracted by the past, by reminiscent energy. And if they decide to bring it up to you, or if they have been, it is for a distraction. But I really don't feel like it's really throwing you off course or anything. What it's doing is just, you're like, oh yeah, like noting it and moving on. I also want to say, for someone, there's a past situation. It could pertain to a person or something, like a person could have been involved in this, but it feels like it's something that was in the recesses of your mind that you would continuously go over. It was something that maybe you wouldn't let go of, even if you didn't focus on it day to day. It was just always there, and I kind of feel like, delete, it's gone. It's not that you've forgotten whatever this is. You're no longer, it's on an external hard drive now. Like, it's not in the mainframe. You finally let something go. Somebody let something go. And if it's not you, it could be whoever you're dealing with. But because I feel like there's something I just can't let go of. I can't, it's sentimental to me, or what if I'm going to need this, that type of thing. And then all of a sudden you go, I don't fucking need anything tied to this person. I don't need this situation. I don't need this memory anymore. Boop, gone. It could even be a message online, like, you know how you can save chats or photos, or if somebody writes you a letter or whatever and you hold on to it. And then one day you're like, why do I have this? And you just burn it, kind of thing. Or you just delete. Cleaning house. Somebody's cleaning up and getting rid of people, places, and things that don't serve them. Because it's just like, why should I have this past crap taking up space on my device when I don't even want it in my mind, you know? So that's good. That's growth. That's healing. That's going on for somebody, which is awesome. So someone in this energy is finally moving past the past completely. Because I kind of feel like you've already moved past whatever this is, but you're like fully done. It's you're fully done. So if it resurfaces, it's definitely not going to distract you. You'd be like, oh yeah, I already removed that, you know? All right. What do we have here? Yeah, because somebody was taking the time to look at themselves. Okay. Because sometimes, I mean, memories are a reflection if you think about it. It's like a mirage because they're not really there anymore. And if you think about it all the time or hold on to stuff, it can create that, not a fantasy, but the illusion of it still exists because of the energy we put into those thoughts and memories. It's keeping something alive. You killed it. It's gone now. You're not keeping whatever this is alive anymore. It's going to dwell somewhere else in the recesses of somebody else's mind, apparently. That's really great, though. I feel like it's been a long time coming for whoever's dealing with that. Excuse me. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life. They are. They can be difficult, though, just saying. But they can also distort your perception. That's what I was kind of talking about with the reflection, like keeping an illusion alive. It's like keeping a memory alive makes it seem as though it's still going on, but it isn't. It's already done. Because it goes away completely when you stop thinking about it. It's no longer in your reality anymore. Anyways, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. I feel that here. For at least one party, it could be the viewer. There's something that someone was holding on to. And I don't feel like it was building up resentment within you. I feel like it could have at one point. Because I kind of feel like, I thought I already let this go. And you really do realize what you've let go when certain things resurface, whether it's the same situation, certain people, or a similar situation. When that shit resurfaces, those lessons, it's like, have you learned this lesson? You have. So someone from the past might come back in, and it's just a test to see if you've actually learned this lesson, but you have. I feel like you're not living in this fantasy world. You're not. The past is not clouding your vision anymore. It's gone. But it is clouding somebody else's vision, which is why it's coming up. Because there's that secret energy here. Some of you could have secretly healed from this. You didn't tell anyone anything. You just kind of disappeared, you know? But it feels more like, what is with the secretive energy? I just want to say, for some reason, you don't fear rejection anymore. So if you did once upon a time, that's a wound that you have healed within yourself. For some of you, not for all of you. Someone didn't get the memo. Yeah, there's one person that's stuck in the past and one person who isn't. And whoever is still stuck in this energy, because I don't feel like it affects them day to day, but it's there. They didn't get the memo that you've moved past this, moved past them. This is, that you're not even looking at it. And that's not a secret. So part of this secretive energy could be them holding on to something. So what I want to say with that distracted energy is, if, okay, there's something that you really have let go of and you know it, you're like, I don't focus on it, nothing. And randomly that person pops in your head, or the situation, you get drawn back to it for like a split second, like, oh, I'm reminded of that, and then it kind of goes away. It's probably because there's somebody else in this energy who's heavily thinking about it, and because you were involved in said situation or with that person, it's popping up for you. but it would be so minute that you'd barely notice. It would just be a fleeting thought, you know, for you. That's because somebody else is still in this energy. And don't get distracted. That's what Spirit's saying. Don't get distracted by those little blips, because it has nothing to do with you. Even though it has everything to do with you, it has nothing to do with you. It's not for you. There we go. So even if it has everything to do with you for somebody else, it's not supposed to be in your world, basically. I hope that makes sense. I just heard the messages are changing. So maybe we're gonna get some fresh energy up in this bitch, just saying, but the messages are changing. Whatever that means for you. Healthy choices. What did I say? Someone's healed from this. Self-love and self-care. You're focused on yourself, taking care of yourself, doing what's best for you, being happier, loving life. Like, you're loving your life is what I want to say. There's someone in this energy who is doing, like, everything you can for yourself, which is wonderful, because I kind of feel like I'm talking to somebody who used to put themselves on the back burner, and now it's like, you know, I'm going to make more time for myself. I'm going to do this because if I'm not good, then no one else is good, you know? That can be a hard lesson sometimes. It can be difficult to do as well, especially if you're not just a people pleaser, but when you're helpful, you know, when you care. If you're drained and not taking care of you, it's really hard to take care of other people. You've got to make sure that you're in a good place. And I feel like that's your focus right now for someone. You're choosing yourself over this crap. You're not going to go backwards. You're not going to fall into a past trap because you love yourself. And even if you have emotion for a specific person in the past, like you have love for them, whether it's family love, friend love, love, you know, you're not going to get wrapped up in that. I feel like you've come to a point in your life where you don't allow your emotions to rule you anymore. So you make better choices, for one. Because this doesn't feel like being cold and I'm just all in my head and being logical and screw emotions. No, this is a balanced feeling where it's like recognizing that you might still have certain feelings for another person, no matter what those feelings are, but knowing that that's all it is. You know, sometimes we can love someone till the day we die and they won't ever be in our life again, or it's not going to change anything. The way that you feel about another person or situation doesn't mean that it's going to go the way you want it to, or that it's going to happen. So I kind of feel like there's a refocus here where it's like, you know, I can have all love in the world for who the hell ever. They're not here. They're not in my current reality. So I'm going to take that love and put it in myself. And I feel like someone has done that. Yeah, because there's healing energy here. You're learning to adapt to the changes going on in your world, which is amazing. Actually, give me one of these for the help. That's not that. It was the Two of Wands that came out, and I don't feel that energy for whoever's watching. I feel that for probably somebody else who's kind of stuck in the past going over things. Like, they might be left on the sidelines watching your glow up, basically. Watching you make these changes for yourself. Whether they want to be part of it or not, they're sitting there silently on the sidelines. They don't know what to do. They don't know what choice to make. I want to know why this is even coming up. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, not necessarily. That's just male, female. That's just somebody who's standing in their power, taking care of themselves. But this could also be the other energy who's watching you do that. Depends on who is who. Yeah, if you do any type of work publicly, no matter what that means to you, this person is paying attention to you, whoever they are. But I feel like if we're talking about your career path and what you're doing for work, you are focused on that, and I do feel like your hard work will pay off. You're making the right choice in where you are putting your focus. You're making good choices, basically. But somebody else is seeing this. Somebody's paying attention to what you do for work. They're by themselves. Probably no one knows that they're doing this. They probably love what you do for work and they just haven't said a damn thing to you. Or whatever you're working on, even if it's not your career, it could just be projects and stuff. But something just comes naturally to you and someone's in awe of that. The Empress. Nurturing creator. Yeah, you're creating something. Whatever this is, I feel like you've been working on it for a while, not just working on yourself, working through things, because there is something you've released, like fully released. To the point where some of you might not even know who that King of Pentacles energy is. You're probably unaware that they're paying attention to you because they're not even on the radar for you. Because you're not focused on it. Some of you could be, but I just feel like in this energy, it's someone from the past is just paying attention to somebody and they're seeing changes, healthy changes. They're paying attention to an Empress energy. Male, female, doesn't matter, but this is all about creation. There's something significant to do with friends as well, so I don't know if this person just wanted to be friends, if there's friend zone energy here. Give me more. You're creating the world you want, which is beautiful. And realizing that you're capable of that. Justice, fair judgment. This person doesn't think it's very fair. They're not in your world anymore. Maybe they used to be the center of it, who knows, but I don't feel like they are anywhere in it now. I don't know, this was meant to happen this way because the scales are balancing basically. So it's like with justice being served, sometimes some people just don't get they're not very happy about it, you know what I mean, because it's not what they want. Because that's not what justice is about. It's not about getting what you want. It's about getting what you need and what is best in any given situation between people and whatever. So I feel like you're getting justice for whatever this situation was, and things are working out for you. They might not be working out for whoever this person is, because they feel like they're going, well, this ain't fucking justice. What? You're doing well. You. I don't know, because I just feel like it's not just about you doing well, because I feel like this person would be happy for you in that sense, but it's, you're doing so well without me. You don't need me. They feel abandoned. It's that energy. Maybe some of you are finally realizing that you don't need this person or really anyone, that you can do whatever on your own, as long as you put your mind to it, you know? We have the Devil reversed. Releasing indulgence, releasing fear, letting go. Yeah, you've let go. You've totally let go of this person, situation. You're standing in your power. And someone doesn't like it. They are on the sidelines paying attention, going, like, you're not going to fall for this? You're not going to listen? You're not going to pay attention? No. I just saw the Hermit, and I heard in my head, keep your energy to yourself. You know, like, take your fuck shit over there. Keep it over there, because we don't want that crap. The Moon, shadowed illusion. You're not falling for a mask, for an illusion, for a facade anymore. If somebody says that they've changed, they've grown, they've healed, they're ready for this, I don't know, they're the best version of themselves, they're not. Someone in this energy is, but there's someone who's unhealthy who's approaching a healed person, you know, someone who's already let go of whatever. And it's just like, it's a level of projection if you think about it, because we always see things from our own perspective, you know. I mean, some people have a wider view, but, or a broader view, whatever, doesn't matter what words I'm using here. This is pretend. Like, I'm in a better place now, so we can connect. They're not. I just don't feel like you're going to give this person the time of day. Yeah, you have clarity on lies, basically. I mean, hell, this person could be narcissistic for all I know. It could be an emotional manipulator. We have the King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, somebody's casting shadows, and I feel like you're seeing right through them, or you're oblivious to it in a good way, in the sense that it's blocked. Not that you're ignorant, that you don't understand or whatever. It's just not getting through. If someone's trying to send you some, negativity and whatever, it's not getting through. Or, like passive aggressive comments and just snide, bitchy, whatever. Or when somebody else is in a bad mood and you're around them, like you just soak it up like a sponge, and then you're in a bad mood, or you want to cater to someone because you feel bad for them, kind of shit. I don't feel like it's fully blocked. Like, you still sense that stuff around this person or pick up on it, like a little blip here and there, but you recognize it more. So you know what emotions are your own and what emotions aren't. You might be seeing where this energy is coming from as well. But like for the example with the passive aggressive comments and shit like that, before, if someone was to say something like that, you'd feel guilty. You'd take it on and be like, think about it, dwell on it. Now if this person or anyone pulls that shit on you, you go, okay, well, I know why you're acting that way and not my fucking problem, kind of thing. This person can't get you like they used to. It does bother them. But that's the justice right there. Like I said, some of you could be dealing with someone who's pretty narcissistic or has a lot of those traits, or is just vibing in that energy. And the justice here is you're succeeding, and just you're not feeding into it. It's not affecting you like it did once upon a time. Why is this even coming up? I don't know. I feel like I want to spoil somebody all of a sudden. Because I was thinking of whining and dining, going out to eat, whatever, but like, I can offer you the finer things in life. All that glitters is not gold. If anyone approaches you that way, you're not going to feed into it, that's for sure. A band could be significant. I don't know if it's people banding together or like, band singing, whatever. Maybe someone's in a band or they want to be. Oop. Queen of Swords reverse. I asked, why is this even coming up? Because there's lies here. You might have to stand up for yourself and not fully just like turn your head the other way, because you kind of feel that energy in here where you're secretly keeping your thoughts and feelings to yourself. Like, oh, like, I know what you're doing, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna walk away, kind of thing. I kind of feel like some of you might end up saying something like, oh, you want to bring this bullshit to the table? Okay, I got something to say. It might shock whoever this is, because I kind of feel like I'm talking to her about someone who didn't usually speak up or take a stand for themselves. You might have stood up for everyone else till the cows came home, but I feel like I'll just shut up, not take it and deal with it, but I don't want to cause more problems, so I'm not going to say anything. Because it's almost like standing up for yourself would feel like retaliation. And sometimes it can be. It just depends on how we handle it. But I feel like you don't think that way anymore. It's like, oh, you want to disrespect me? All right, mofo, let's go. I got something to tell you. And guess what? What I'm going to say is the truth. And you're not going to fucking like it. So when they're like casting shadows and pulling their bullshit, you're probably going to call them on it if they come forward. Like, you're not going to rain on my fucking parade, that kind of thing. I feel really pissed in that energy. So that might be why this is coming up, because someone's gonna tick you off. Maybe they want to tick you off. I just don't feel like they know what they're in for, because this is like, it feels like you've never talked to me that way before. Like, I didn't know you had it in you. That type of energy, where you've always just cowered down, or you're just always so nice. You always took my shit. Now you're not. I don't know, but somebody wants to upset you, but I kind of feel like you're gonna see through it. And even if you do get upset, this isn't a rage. This isn't like, oh, I'm so mad, I'm gonna seek vengeance on you. No, this is, really? Okay. You think that you have the upper hand? Watch this. Deuces. I don't know, it feels shocking. Like you never handled things that way before. Well, you know, growth brings on a lot of changes. Just saying. Yeah, because I kind of feel like the biggest kick in the sack here for someone is is goodbye. Yeah, because with the Queen of Swords, she can be really cutting, he or she, but the energy is like razor sharp tongue. Like, I have the capability of making you feel this big, like you're nothing. But instead, I'm just gonna show you. Wow. Yeah, someone's done. And Spirit's basically advising you to be done with this, but I feel like you already are. It's gonna shock somebody else. For some reason, I feel like the person who wants to approach you might be watching this, or they're gonna. So they'll have a heads up. They're not, this person's pretty arrogant, so they're not gonna believe that you would talk to them that way, that you would leave them out, that you would let go. They don't believe it. They won't believe it. So, you know, doesn't matter who sees what. There's the Seven of Swords at the bottom. Someone was calling you a liar. There's a lot of lies that were being spread about this Empress energy, because we started off with the Empress here, we have it here, and burdens behind her. Like, you're putting the weight of this behind you, all the bullshit that was said and done. You've walked away from it, so you're not going to deal with this petty crap anymore. But someone wants to come in with some BS. But I also feel like it was not only one person, but a few people with that chaos swirling around that were lying on your name, that are lying about you. Well, the truth is coming out, so I wouldn't even, yeah, the truth is coming out, because people are seeing your true colors. They're seeing this person's true colors. They're seeing the fucking truth. Yeah, they're seeing the truth. That someone was just butthurt. Yeah. Someone else was being very cutting, which is kind of funny, because I was talking about razor sharp tongue, and I do feel like most of you are capable of that, but I don't feel like that's how you handled this, or how you're gonna handle it. That's how this person handles things. Maybe that's how they handle shit in the past, because I almost feel like I want to push your buttons so you get to that point, and then I can show everyone how much of a piece of crap you are. Like, oh look, so and so is unhinged, but I don't feel like you're gonna handle this situation the way that they expect. That's what I said. You're gonna do something different. You're not holding on to resentment like they are. So they're looking at this whole situation through their own lens, like how they would handle things, how they would feel, what they would say, what they would do, or what you did in the past, or how you would handle things. But you know, people in that energy, they do have a tendency of pushing our buttons to our breaking point, and then pointing the finger like, nobody needs to know what I did to cause this reaction, because I didn't do anything. But they did. But I don't feel like it's going to get you anymore, so it doesn't matter what the reaction is, because your reaction is going to show everyone that you're not the problem. Because they're going to, oh, it's because they're going to react in a fucked up way because of your non-action. Interesting. So anyways, that's what I have for you. I got some crap to do today, but hopefully I'll be back with another reading. But after my appointments and all that fun stuff, I've got to watch Miss Lily. So I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what's going on today, like what I'm going to be doing. We're just going to go with the flow and see what happens. But I love you guys.